Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm co-founder of Garage Gym Life, and this is the Bob & Brad D6 Ultra. This is our latest Bob & Brad massage gun, and I'm actually about to use it because I did squats last night and I'm sore. But before I do all that, I'll just go ahead and go through some of the features of this massage gun, so let you guys know why I like it and help you figure out whether it's right for you and your home gym. All right, so first of all, this is the massage gun. It's a little tricky to get it out of here. But anyway, this is the massage gun. And you guys see that it's got an ergonomic handle. You have the option of holding it here on the outside, or I tend to hold it actually here for most applications. Now, it's also got, depending on how you're holding it, a rotating arm button, okay? And that allows you to, you press that, allows you to rotate this arm so you can change the angles like that. You've also got there and right there. So depending on what you're massaging, as far as like which body part and what you're trying to do, how much pressure you need, you can adjust the rotating arm to fit your needs, all right? So let's go through how you turn this thing on. So it's got an OLED screen and it's got an OLED button right here. You just press that, long press on that, and that's gonna turn it on. And then it's gonna give you some data right there. So that tells you how much charge you have left, and it also tells you what level of pressure you've got. So like most Bob & Brad massage guns, this gives you a few options. So it starts you out at 1500, then with one single press, oops, wrong button, one single press, you can go up to 17, then 19, then 21, 23, and finally 25. So to go back down, you can either go back down like this, or you can simply long press if you're trying to turn it off because you're done massaging. Now, if you've seen any of my previous Bob & Brad massage gun videos, you'll know that I only use the highest setting, the 2500. And that's just because I have been lifting since 1993, and I competed in powerlifting for several years. I was in the Marine Corps. I'm a martial artist, and I competed in kickboxing. So all of that added together with being in my 50s means I've got a lot of areas that are tight, and I don't really feel the pressure at the lower settings. But my wife can't stand the higher settings, and so when she wants to use the massage gun, she tends to use either 15 or the 1700 setting, depending on where she's going to be using the massage gun, okay? We are huge fans of Bob & Brad products, and in fact, I've turned my entire family onto them. They love them. I'm talking about aunts, uncles, everybody. They're always like, hey, you know, what's the latest massage gun that's come out? And it's actually not the sort of topic that I thought would be that interesting to them, but it kind of is. So whatever. Anyway, so like most Bob & Brad massage guns, you're gonna get a variety of heads or attachments to use with it. And I'll go ahead and I'll show you these now. So as you see, it comes in this bag. So you guys can see all of the attachment head options that are in here, but I'm just gonna go through a few of them to let you know which ones are the ones that I use the most. And then it's obviously gonna be different for you depending on your needs and how you train. So let's start with the game changer. This is your heat head with infrared light. So this thing is new to the Bob & Brad family as far as I know. To use it, you're gonna have to You screw it in. Once again, all Bob and Brad attachments, you have to screw in. You can't just push them in like you do with some of the cheaper massage guns that are on the market, because they don't want these attachment heads to come out. Anyway, so you now have 3 power buttons that you're going to need to be aware of. So the first one is this one, and this controls the heat. So you turn it on. All right, it didn't believe me. All right, there we go. All right, so it turns that on. And when it's orange like that, that's basically letting you know that you're at, it's gonna heat up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. Then if you press it again, that ups the ante, increases the temperature to 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. Now, there's something else. This also has, and this is why I said this is a game changer, because I've seen the Bob and Brad products with a heat head before. This one has infrared light. So you can use infrared therapy on whatever muscle groups are sore. Now, it's not so hot to me that it burns me, but obviously your temperature sensitivity is different than mine. So just be careful. But for me, it just feels like a nice warming heat, and I love to use it on areas like where I'm gonna use it, like my hip, where I'm a little bit sore from squatting, okay? And then, again, this is a massage gun, so then the other thing you would do is you'd, as I just showed you, you'd long press to turn it on. You're gonna go right on up to 2,500 if you're me, and there you go, and you get a nice, comfortable massage. Ooh, that feels good. I'm tempted to stop the video right here and just focus on myself, but I finish. Y'all deserve me. Y'all deserve my full attention. All right, anyway, so then to cut this off, all you're gonna do is you're gonna long press, cuts it off, and it'll cut off both the infrared and the heat head. You wanna, I do not believe, or at least I haven't, been letting it cool off before I put it away. And I've had this for about a month and hadn't set fire to anything yet. So I believe we're all right. Then the next one that I use is your standard ball head. It looks like a tennis ball. And this is a throwback to the earliest massage guns that were legitimately a tennis ball attached to some sort of reciprocating saw or something like that, right? Yes, that's right. We did wild things back in the early 2000s, kids. But anyway, so this one is the one that I use just general use. If I am trying to massage like my IT band or something like that, this is probably the one that I'm going to reach for the most. And then you've got your damping head, which I just saw. So this is the damping head, and this is the one that I would use on something that gets angry, like my Achilles tendon. So this one is used for bony areas or tender areas, and like I said, I use it on my Achilles tendon. This one, if you are into like Graston's technique, this is your spade head, and you can see that it resembles a gua sha a little bit. I love to use this one to, so like let's say my forearm is really tight. I do a lot of typing for work, and so you want to avoid any kind of tightening in your forearm flexor, because that's how you end up with carpal tunnel syndrome or just elbow discomfort. So if you add in all the typing that I do for work, plus I enjoy grip training, plus there's all the gripping you do for normal weight training, and then just the gripping that you do in normal life, you know, grabbing the steering wheel, holding phone, whatever, your forearm flexors tend to get very, very tight. And so you can take this and put it into the Bob and Brad massage gun, and then just go up and down and give yourself, you know, use broad strokes, but it's really, I found, a great way to loosen up those tight areas where the fascia is just, you know, locked up. It doesn't want to cooperate and it's causing discomfort. So that's what I use the spade head for. And then there's one more, and this one is the one where you just want quick results. So this is your bullet head. Okay, this is designed to simulate the thumb of a very strong massage therapist, and you're gonna use this thing, or I use it anyway, for things like if I'm getting ready to bench press, or if I need to be able to get under the squat bar. So like when I was getting under the squat bar last night, I need to open my shoulders up so I can get in a good rack position. That's where this bullet head shines, because you go right in here into these areas where you're tight, and it just starts to loosen them up. But again, how you use these attachments is gonna kind of be up to you. One other thing that I love about these Bob and Brad massage guns is that they come with a 2-year warranty. So if something happens to your massage gun and it is covered by the 2-year limited warranty, you just reach out to them and they'll take care of it. Or even if you have a question, you can always reach out to customer service. Of course, they do have this manual that comes with it. I promise I do read the manual now, okay, because I do this, right? But it comes with a manual, some quick troubleshooting tips, and that's really, really cool. Now, final thing I'm gonna do is show you guys some of the ways that I use the massage gun, and that's going to be a great way for me to demonstrate how I, adjust the rotating arm and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I'll just go ahead and I'll just let you guys watch as I use it to help me in my recovery process from squats yesterday. Didn't go to medical school, didn't stay at any hotels last night. So take what I say with a grain of salt, and what you gotta do is do your own research, determine if this is right for you. And that, as I said, this is my new favorite massage gun, the Bob and Brad D6 Ultra. And if you guys are interested in getting one for your home gym or giving it as a gift to someone like I do, I'm gonna put the links to get it and find out more about it and all the other Bob and Brad products in the description for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna go get on the treadmill. Happy New Year.